Good day, viewers. Welcome to Legacy Online Academy on Facebook, also known as Legacy Academy on YouTube. Now, we're going to continue with our mathematics classes, and today we'll be considering a very interesting topic, approximation, but the subtopic we'll be dealing with here is percentage error. Now, you discover over time, whenever you carry out a measurement or you are giving out a work to people to do, especially the artisans. Let's take for instance a carpenter, and you give him a measurement in this dimension. Okay, can you give me a center table 10 by 12? Let's say 10 by 12. At the end of the day, if a measurement is to be tested with that regard, you will discover it's either there is an error of plus 0.05 or an error of minus 0.05 with such measurements that you gave to that carpenter. Or also in the case of a teacher and a student, maybe a particular score that is required or needed of a student to get. Let's take for example, a teacher is supposed to score you 20% and it ended up scoring you 10%. Now there's an error within that regard that needs to be calculated. So that is what this topic is centered on. Have you ever given a budget? Maybe a budget of 50,000, and at the end of the day, when you get to the market, you discover that 50,000 cannot actually cover what you need to. So what are some of the errors that are committed with regards to the percentage of your budget is what this topic is actually talking about. Now we want to go fully into detail regarding this topic. The degree of accuracy that is centered on this topic is what we call the absolute error. Absolute error, so I'll write it in short form. Absolute error. Absolute error should be taken in short form as AE. Now, what is this AE? Absolute error is equal to actual value, which is VE, AE, AV minus estimated value, which is what? EV. So therefore, this absolute error is equal to AV minus EV. So what is now percentage error? Therefore, percentage error is equal to the absolute error all over actual value times 100. Now, what do we mean by this? All right, this is the correct formula when we are talking about dealing with percentage error. Now, take for instance, let's take example. Example 1. Calculate the percentage error of a teacher, all right, who scored his or her students 60% instead of 80%. Now this is a simple example with regards to percentage error. Calculate the percentage error of a teacher who scored his or her students 60% instead of 80%. Now, solution with this to this question with what we are having on the board is, the first thing to do is to discover what we call the absolute error. Now, the absolute error is talking about the degree of measurement of accuracy of what the teacher needs to have done from beginning. So, we cannot calculate our absolute error until we know the actual value and then the estimated value. Now, going by this question, calculate the percentage error of a teacher who scored his or her students 60% instead of what? 80%. Now, instead, our actual value, the ideal score of this student is 80%. All right? And then the estimated value, which is what the teacher estimated erroneously, is what? That is EV is 60%. So therefore, the absolute The absolute error committed by the teacher is 80% minus 60%, which is going to give us what? 20%. So therefore, now what is the percentage error? Since the rate of the error that is committed between 80 to 60 is actually 20, what is the percentage error with this? So the percentage error is now going to be the absolute error all over the actual value multiplied by 100. We all know that percentage are being calculated in 100. So we now make the right substitution. So we're going to have AE. Our AE from beginning that we got is what? Our absolute error is 20%, 20 all over the actual value 80 times 100. Alright, this can take care of this. Then we end up having 200 all over 8, which is going to give us 25%. So therefore, the percentage error committed by this teacher is actually equal to 25%. Now, you can see that 25% is actually a lot for a student who's supposed to score 80, which is equivalent of A, and ended up scoring C, or in some cases, a weaker B. So percentage error always exposes the error committed in most of the tasks or work we undergo. Thank you for watching. Do share and let's learn together. Kindly subscribe also to my page. See you in my next video. Bye.